Give us some. Yeah, all right, my flow sinister.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. You can't ask for much more than his left.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here's the charge. Their way out. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Throw left side complete. That's Jenkins. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now Murray. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Josh Palmer, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 13 carries, 57 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They keep it with Penny on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Tua. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 36. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Carter straight ahead. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays at this contest.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On second down, here's Gibson again. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. After one, 7-3 the score. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
59 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run with Gibson. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On play action, here's Tua. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. A give up the middle to Carter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he completes it to Wilson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are an extra point away from drawing level. Rosas good with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Murray now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
They'll set up the screen. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Tua on the bootleg here. They'll roll him out right. Throw right side, Wilson. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Looking to pass. Tua. Touchdown, Jets. Elijah Moore as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here comes Antonio Gibson as he's set for another drive. He's had it working pretty well here in this first half up until that last drive when he put it on the turf, Charles.
So I don't think they want to overreact to that fumble, because now you've got a guy that's played so well. You don't want to take him and limit his effectiveness by worrying about it too much. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw him next week at meetings. He'd have a football with him at all times.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On second and a couple. Murray. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Murray. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Murray. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tua, this pass out wide to Hall. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Tua. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Murray now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Throwing on second and long. Murray, he's got Allen. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Murray now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Taking it about the 36. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action. Here's Tua. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
On second down, a run with Gibson. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 101 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw, it's Murray. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. A give up the middle to Gibson. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that'll bring them back within 4. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goes back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. From the 29, Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Joey Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Murray. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth quarter lead. The Chargers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Murray. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Murray from midfield. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Meanwhile, Murray's throw there complete to Allen. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. From the gun, Murray. And that will be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From midfield, here's Tua. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs, and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. That is caught. It's Williams. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 24 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Murray to throw. His throw incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. picked up by DJ Reed.
And the Jets have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Wilson's got it on the crossing route.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Carter once more.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll run with Carter.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Here's a give to Carter.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. It happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.